Crypto is volatile. Crypto is used by criminals. Crypto wastes so much of energy. There are so many criticisms about crypto. In this video, I'm going to bust 5 of the biggest criticisms about crypto. Also, somewhere in this video, I will reveal about $100 worth ETH giveaway. Somewhere in this video. Go find out. Okay, so let's start with the very obvious one. Crypto is very volatile. Yes, there are days when Bitcoin goes up 100% and there are days when Bitcoin goes down 100%. 100% up and down relative to what? Relative to USD. Correct? If Bitcoin goes up 100% relative to USD, it means USD also goes down 100% relative to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down 100% relative to USD, it also means USD goes up 100% relative to Bitcoin. What I'm trying to say is Bitcoin's price is relative to USD. If you measure Bitcoin's price in Bitcoin, it will remain same, a flat line. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. 1 Bitcoin is always equal to 1 Bitcoin. But compared to USD, yes, it is volatile. But if you look at the other way, USD also becomes volatile if you measure USD in terms of Bitcoin. This is about volatility. Now let's compare both of these two things against something else, which is your purchasing power. In 2001, if $10 could get you this much of grocery, in 2022, same $10 will get you slightly less groceries. Why? Because inflation. USD is printed more and more. Again, in terms of Bitcoin, if in 2010, the year when Bitcoin came into the world, you could buy this much of grocery with 1 Bitcoin, in 2022, you can buy this much of grocery in 2022. Why? Because Bitcoin is deflationary. If you compare Bitcoin and USD against each other, both of them are volatile. But if you compare Bitcoin against something else, which is the purchasing power, which is what really matters in the real world, then Bitcoin is better than USD. That's what I say when somebody tells me Bitcoin is volatile. Okay, moving on to the next one. 70% of the crypto is held by less than 5% of the people. So Bitcoin, which claims to be decentralized, is not really decentralized. It's sort of centralized again because less than 5% of the people control more than 75% of the crypto assets. Factually, this might be right. I'm not saying anything against it. But this is a wrong comparison. This is a wrong conclusion from this fact that Bitcoin is still centralized. What do I mean? So consider any asset in the world, land, gold, equities, money, anything. All of these share a common property that a small percentage of holders hold a large percentage part of it. This is common against every asset. And why is it? This is because not everybody has same amount of risk. So right now, people today who hold a major part of crypto assets in circulation do it because they had bigger risk appetite. They had bigger risk appetite and they had capital to use. Because of this, they started accumulating when the prices of these assets were very small, when prices of these assets were tiny. That's their risk and this is their reward. Now this goes for every asset. Take any asset, any asset into the world. For every asset, only a small portion of holders hold a big chunk of the circulation. But then does that mean that Bitcoin or crypto is also same as other assets? I mean, wasn't Bitcoin supposed to be decentralized? Yes, it is. Now with other assets, you need 3 things to get your hands on them. 1, you need risk appetite. 2nd, you need capital. And 3rd, you need authorization. Whose authorization, you ask? So for example, if you have $200 to spare and if you want to invest in the next Facebook, if you want to invest into the next Google, if you want to invest into the next Uber, you cannot just do it. You first have to prove that you have capability to identify good investment opportunities. And to do it, you will have to become somebody who is known as accredited investor. How to become accredited investor? You'll have to show a particular amount of net worth or a particular amount of annual salary for last 2 years. Or if you do not have that, but if you have enough capital to invest in a startup, you want to invest in your friend's startup, you have capital, you believe in your friend, you still cannot do it because you need somebody's permission. Consider Bitcoin. If you have risk appetite, if you're willing to lose all of it, if you have the capital to invest, nobody stops you from investing in Bitcoin. You can even mine Bitcoin. You can, if you do not have, even if you do not have capital, you can use your computers to mine cryptocurrencies. This is what I mean when I say it is still decentralized, even though large portion of it is currently held by small number of people. Take YouTube for example. Again, YouTube is democratizing content creation. You do not have to go to big production houses to create a content. Anybody with a camera can create content. Still on YouTube, only a handful of creators has majority of subscribers. Do we still say YouTube is centralized? As a service it is, but as a platform it is not. Anybody with a camera and a story to tell has a stage now. This is exactly the same case with crypto. Alright, moving on to the next one. Crypto has no intrinsic value. So intrinsic value means even though there's nobody else to buy it from you, you can still make use of it, some use of it. And I do not deny that it has no intrinsic value. I agree that it has no intrinsic value. What I am denying is it is not required to have intrinsic value. What do I mean? This is what I mean. Gold. What is the intrinsic value of gold? What can you do with gold? Can you eat gold?
This is a plague boat, old man. I'd give my right arm for some gold.
What you can do with gold? You can make jewelry. But what is the value of jewelry? Except just bragging about it or just showing it off. There is no value in gold. Take diamond. Diamond is a bloody stone. Diamond is a bloody useless rock. What is the value of diamond? There is no value. The value is something that you as a holder derives or makes around something. Value is always subjective. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Value lies in the hands of the holder. So everybody has their own value. If you think gold has value, if you think diamond has value, then you should be convinced that crypto has 10x better value, because by default, Bitcoin is digital. If you have to carry 1 million worth of gold from point A to point B, you'll have to incur some cost. If you have to carry 1 million worth of Bitcoin from point A to point B, you can carry it in your mind. How? I made a video about crypto wallets. You can watch it over here or here, somewhere over here. Bitcoin is exactly same as gold and diamond when it comes to value, just 10x better. Hey, sorry for the interruption. This is the $100 ETH giveaway announcement. So what's the deal? You bring more friends of yours to watch this video and the ETH is yours. How does it work? Step number 1, go to the very first link in the description of this video. Very first link. On that link, you'll be able to create a unique link of yours. Take this link, share it with your friends on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Twitter. If somebody clicks on this link and watches at least 1/3 of the video, you get 1 point. At the end of 2-week period, the top 3 people with the maximum point gets $100 worth of ETH divided among them in the same proportion of their points. That's the deal. Okay, and now continuing with the video. So the next criticism that I get to hear a lot is that Bitcoin wastes a lot of energy. So for some context, let me tell you a figure. In the year 2020, Bitcoin mining wasted about 58 terawatt hours of the electricity in the entire year. Now, what is this number? This number means this amount of electricity is enough to run the country of Switzerland or Greece. The entire country for 1 year can be run using this much electricity that Bitcoin consumed in the year 2020. This is a factual statement and I totally agree with it. What do I not agree with it? Bitcoin wastes a lot of energy, correct? Compared to what? What are the alternatives of Bitcoin? Gold? Do you have any idea how much energy gold wastes? Gold mining? Those machines that are digging, cleaning up gold and then transporting this gold from one place to the entire world. It consumes at least 5x more energy than compared to Bitcoin mining. Second alternative is your money, your dollars, US dollars. Just in US, there's about $2 trillion worth of paper money circulating. $2 trillion worth of paper money. How was this paper money created? Trees were cut down. Billions of liters of water was used. And still, cash, paper money only makes up or less than 10% of the total money circulating. Most of the money is still digital. But who controls digital money? Your banks. Banks have to run branches, their ATM machines. They have to deploy security guards. at their branches and ATM machines, it is almost 45x more, 45 times more expensive to run the banking economy than to run Bitcoin mining of the entire world. And that's not all. And here I'm going to make the most critical comment on a public platform. For a government money to sustain, government money, US dollar, pounds, INR, Singapore dollar, any fiat currency is backed by military. Military takes a large amount of money to run. So the alternatives are not just expensive, but it is stained with blood. Fifth, crypto is used by criminals. Really? Now, let me take a moment. You say crypto is used by criminals, but I outright deny it. I mean, yes, of course, some criminals might use crypto, but crypto is not the first choice of transaction for criminals. Do you know the first choice of currency for criminals? The first choice is your paper money, money that you cannot track, money that leaves no traces. A dollar bill in your pocket today, a dollar bill in my pocket today. Nobody will get to know how did this dollar bill move from your pocket to my pocket. Nobody. Paper money is paper money still the choice of currency for criminals. Why? Cryptocurrency is not the choice for criminals. This is why. Because crypto by default is digital and it leaves a digital trace. It leaves a digital trace. So for example, if I am a criminal and I accept bitcoins, so somebody would have had to send me these bitcoins and they would have to receive these bitcoins from somebody else. And they would have to receive these bitcoins from somebody else. So at some point, US dollar was converted into Bitcoin. And wherever this conversion happened, legal force can go to that point and ask this person, who did you sell Bitcoin to? They can again go to that person, come from that person to this person, come from this person to this person, can finally come from this person to me and grab hold of my neck. Bitcoin transaction leave digital fingerprint and traces. That is why crypto is absolutely not the choice of currency that you want to use if you want to commit a crime. You still want to use paper money. If you have to stop criminal activities, you have to outright stop the paper money that is in the circulation. Yeah, that is the way. So these are the five biggest criticisms that I hear every single day whenever I talk to somebody. This is how I debunk them every single time. Wait, there's a bonus. There's a sixth one. You must have heard of hacks. Like $200 million were hacked over here, $600 million worth of cryptos were hacked, $1 million worth of NFT was hacked. Like you must have heard of so many hacks into the crypto world. So I get to hear this one criticism. Cryptos get hacked all the time. Yes, there are hacks, many of them, not just one. But the technology is never getting hacked. The technology doesn't get hacked. So what gets hacked? So this is a technology which is there, always there. But then there are companies who are building services on top of this blockchain technology. So these services are hacked. So for example, if Facebook is hacked today, do you say that internet is hacked? No, you say Facebook is hacked. So this is a small distinction and people often confuse between the technology and the companies which get hacked. And this is because we are so early into the game. We are only 10-year-old industry. Crypto is just 10-year-old industry. So when you say cryptos get hacked all the time, basically cryptos are not getting hacked. The small companies that are building services to interact with cryptos, they get hacked because they have not put up proper security measures. And when they get hacked, somebody, the hacker, drains out their wallets. Blockchain has never gotten hacked until now. It was only the services and the companies built on top of it that use this technology, they get hacked. And that has been a common practice ever since the internet exists, ever since the internet came into being. This is my video debunking, busting down 6 common criticisms and the biggest criticisms that I get to hear every single week from the outside world. So if you have ever heard of one of these criticisms, please take the link of this video and share it with your friends. Everybody should know the real truth behind these criticisms because the world is out there who wants crypto to fail. They'll spread half truth. Let's share this video and give them the entire story. and let them be their own judges afterwards. Our only job is to give them the full truth. If you like this video, please like this video, because I am on a personal mission to bring 1 million more people into the crypto world. And how I want to do it? I want to do it by making complex stuff explained in simple words. Thank you for helping me out. I love you. Bitcoin is used by criminals. और क्या assets होते हैं? Gold. Is it? Does it? Really? What am I saying? What am I saying? You have to become somebody who is known as